Question number 9 is prove that y is equal to 4 sin theta divided by 2 plus cos theta minus theta is an increasing function of theta in closed 0 pi by 2. So first we will start with y is equal to 4 sin theta by 2 plus cos theta minus theta. Now you have to differentiate this. Y dash is equal to, here you will use quotient rule and that will be done separately. So y dash is equal to 2 plus cos theta, that is v, into derivative of u, which is 4 sin theta, which will give you 4 cos theta, minus 4 sin theta, that is u, into v dash. V dash will give you derivative of 2 as 0 plus cos theta's derivative is minus sin theta, divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square, minus derivative of theta, which is 1, because with respect to theta only you are differentiating. This is dy by d theta. Again this is equal to, if you multiply you will get 8 cos theta plus 4 cos square theta, minus into minus plus 4 sin square theta, divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square, minus 1, which is equal to, from these two terms you can take out 4 in common, so that this will become cos square plus sin square, which is 1. So you will get 8 cos theta plus 4 divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square minus 1. Now again taking the LCM, we will get 2 plus cos theta the whole square as denominator, and numerator will become 8 cos theta plus 4 minus of 2 plus cos theta the whole square. After expansion you will get 8 cos theta plus 4 minus of 4 plus 4 cos theta plus cos square theta, divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square, which is equal to 8 cos theta plus 4 minus 4 minus 4 cos theta minus cos square theta, divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. Now here plus 4 and minus 4 will go. 8 cos theta minus 4 cos theta will give you 4 cos theta minus cos square theta, divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square, which is, if you take common cos theta, you will get cos theta into 4 minus cos theta, divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. So this much is your derivative. Now what you need to check is whether the derivative is giving you greater than 0 or not in the interval 0 pi by 2. The interval is closed interval 0 pi by 2. In this interval, whatever value you choose for theta, you should give or you should get dy by d theta as greater than 0. Now just check the terms. Cos theta in the interval 0 to pi by 2, cos theta is positive. Okay, and 4 minus cos theta means the maximum value of cos theta which it can have is 1. So 4 minus cos theta means it will give you only a positive quantity. Okay, so this is positive, this is positive. Now whatever be the value of cos theta, again we have seen that in this interval cos theta is positive, but even if it is negative you will get the whole square to be positive only. So cos theta is greater than 0 in the interval closed 0 pi by 2. Then what about 4 minus cos theta? Its maximum value which you can have in the interval is 1. So 4 minus cos theta will also be positive. Then you have 2 plus cos theta the whole square. Again 2 plus cos theta will give you whatever value. Anyway it is positive. Cos theta is positive means 2 plus cos theta is also positive. So this will, the whole square will also give you greater than 0 only. That means all the three values are every time positive in this interval 0 pi by 2. So there is no chance to get a negative sign. Therefore you can say that dy by d theta is greater than 0 in the interval closed 0 pi by 2. Therefore you can say that the function is an increasing function. Therefore y is an increasing function in the interval 0 pi by 2. Question number 10 is prove that the logarithmic function is strictly increasing on open interval 0 infinity. So first we will take the question, that is logarithmic function as y is equal to log x. Now what will be y dash or dy by dx? 1 by x. Now since you are defining, or the function has to be checked in 0 infinity, that means your x is not equal to 0, it is in open interval. Open interval 0 infinity means it is not having the value 0. So since x is not having the value 0, this function, that is 1 by x, will have a positive quantity in between 0 and infinity. Whatever value, that means it is positive only. Now here you have only positive values. So if you are substituting any positive value, so you can say that since x is greater than 0, 1 by x is also greater than 0. That is dy by dx is greater than 0, which implies that the function is, that is you have taken y is strictly increasing in the open interval 0 infinity. This is the only thing, okay. X is not having the value 0 for this interval. If it was closed, then you have a problem, because at 0 it is not defined, okay. For this case, x is greater than 0, so the function is greater than 0. Therefore, you will get the function is strictly increasing in the interval 0 infinity. Prove that the function f given by f of x equal to x square minus x plus 1 is neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing on the open interval minus 1, 1. So first we will just find out what is f dash of x. Neither nor, we will talk about neither nor when in the same interval you have both increasing and decreasing. For the same interval, when you combine, after the finding out the breakage where your f dash of x is 0, that will give you an x value, that will give you two intervals, and in both the intervals if you have different things, that is one is giving you, f dash is giving you greater than 0 and the other one is less than 0, then you will say that the function is neither increasing nor decreasing in the whole interval, okay. So first we will start with f of x equal to x square minus x plus 1. What is f dash of x? 2x minus 1. So you are getting f dash of x equal to 0 as 2x minus 1 equal to 0 with x as 1 by 2. So this will break the total interval minus 1, 1 into 2 as minus 1 comma half. Again this is open, and half comma 1, okay. Now we have to check for the values of f dash of x. So in the interval, when you say minus 1, half, in this interval you will have sign of f dash of x and nature of f of x. Okay, take a value in between minus 1 and 1 by 2 for your f dash of x, which is 2x minus 1. We are replacing any value in between this minus 1 and half. What you can choose? You can choose 0. So you will have f dash of 0 as 2 into 0 minus 1, which is giving you minus 1, which is less than 0. Okay, so you can say that sign is negative or less than 0 in this interval. So the nature, when you say it is strictly, f is strictly decreasing, right? Now when you take half and 1, anyway it is giving you a positive value. Now what you will take in between half and 1? In between this you just check, okay, 2 into 0.6 minus 1 will give you 1.2 minus 1, which is again greater than 0. So you can say that this is greater than 0 in this interval, therefore it is strictly increasing. Now in this interval it is strictly decreasing, and in this one, half 1, it is strictly increasing. That means altogether when you combine, what you can say, since it is increasing, decreasing here and increasing here, in the interval minus 1, 1, it is neither increasing nor decreasing. That means you can say that f dash, since f dash is changing its sign from -1 to in this interval itself, you are having a change, right? Here it is giving you a negative thing for f dash, and here it is positive. That means in this whole interval, it is having a change in the sign of f dash. Therefore, you can say that the function is neither decreasing nor increasing. Okay. Throughout, when you see throughout its interval -1, 1, it is changing its sign. Therefore, the function is neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. Okay. 12th question is, which of the following functions are strictly decreasing on 0, pi by 2? You have first question as cos x, cos 2x, cos 3x and tan x. So from first one, that is you are substituting y as cos x or f of x equal to cos x. What will be y dash or dy by dx minus sin x. Now you have to check in the interval 0, pi by 2. So you can say that since sin x is every time in the first quadrant, no, it is 0 to pi by 2 means it will change its value from 0 to 1. Sin x will change its value from 0 to 1. So you can say that sin x is greater than 0 in the interval 0, pi by 2. Therefore, minus sin x will be less than 0. What is minus sin x? Which implies y dash is less than 0 in the interval 0, pi by 2. Therefore, the function is what? Strictly decreasing. Therefore, y is or cos x is strictly decreasing on 0, pi by 2. Okay. Is this clear? Now for the second one, that is B part, y is equal to cos 2x. Y dash will be minus sin 2x into derivative of 2x is 2. So it is minus 2 sin 2x, the derivative. Now again sin 2x will be greater than 0 in the interval. Why? Because when you see 0 less than x less than pi by 2, your angle for sine is 2x. That means it is 0 less than 2x less than 2 into pi by 2, which is 0 less than 2x less than pi. So you can see that in this interval also, that is from 0 to pi also, sine value is positive. So you can say that sine 2x is greater than 0. This will, okay. In this interval 0 and pi, the angle 2x is lying. That means sine value in this interval will have positive value only. Therefore, the function cos 2x, this is positive. This is positive means minus 2 into sine 2x will give you less than 0. Therefore, the function which is your, this is y dash is less than 0. Therefore, the function y is again strictly decreasing in the interval 0, pi by 2. Understood how to check? For the third part, you have y is equal to cos 3x. So y dash or f dash of x will give you minus 3 sin 3x. Now you have to check in this interval. For that, we will again start with 0 less than x less than pi by 2. Then you are multiplying throughout by 3, you will get 0 less than 3x less than 3 pi by 2. So 3x is lying between 0 and 3 pi by 2. 0 and 3 pi by 2 means actually it is, if you are having a sine function, graph of sine function is always like this, right? The angle will detect only it is bigger in size or smaller in size, but it will go like this only, wave shape. So when you say 0 to pi by 3 pi by 2 means till this. This is 0, this is pi by 2, at this you will have 1. This is how much? Pi, then you will have 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, like this it will go. Now till 3 pi by 2 if you are checking, this much will be your graph. And you can say that from 0 to pi, the function is always positive. Sine value is also always positive, and from pi to 3 pi by 2 it is negative. That means you can say that you are just splitting this into two cases. Okay, when your angle is lying between 0 and pi, in 0 to pi or 0 pi you can write. Okay, in the interval 0 pi you will have y dash to be, what you will get, sin 3x is positive. What about y dash? It will become negative. Y dash is minus 3 sin x, and we are saying that sin 3x will be greater than 0 in the interval 0 pi. So you'll have y dash to be minus negative, so y dash to be less than 0 in the same interval 0 pi, correct? Again, if we are taking the remaining part, that is from 0 to pi, so sin 3x will be less than 0 in the interval pi to 3 pi by 2. In this interval it will be less than 0, negative value, so that your y dash will become greater than 0 because it is having a negative sign. So negative will give you positive in this interval pi 3 pi by 2. So altogether when you see, you are checking in 0 to 3 pi by 2 for the angle 3x. So altogether you are getting it is increasing as well as decreasing. So you will say that it is neither increasing nor decreasing on the interval 0 pi by 2. Okay, so you have two cases together. Therefore the function, you have taken y. Okay, therefore y is neither increasing nor decreasing in the interval, or you can neither strictly increasing also, because you are checking for open interval in the interval 0 pi by 2. Okay, so for this case it is neither nor. That is the question is, which of the following are strictly decreasing? You got first to be, second to be, third no. Then what about fourth? Fourth case is y is equal to tan x. What is the derivative y dash or dy by dx? It is sec square x. Okay, sec square x. Now what you need to check is whether y dash will be greater than 0 or less than 0 in this interval 0 pi by 2. So in the interval, suppose if I am taking x belongs to 0 pi by 2, check for any value. Suppose x is equal to pi by 4. So what will be y dash? Y dash will be sec square pi by 4, which is sec square pi by 4 is how much? Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So you will get root 2 as the value for sec pi by 4. Its whole square will give you 2, that is greater than 0. So in between 0 and pi by 2, whatever value you take, you will get the first derivative or the derivative of the function as greater than 0, which implies that the function y is strictly increasing in the interval 0 pi by 2. So this is also not decreasing. Okay, it is strictly increasing.